action.
Hi, my name is Ponyboy. I've been doing drag since 2008 and producing a drag show called Man Up in Vancouver on unceded Coast Salish territories. And my drag character is a little obnoxious, quite scattered, big pervert, and silly.
Hi, my name is Rose Butch, also known as Jeff Garbage. Rose Butch is the original non-binary drag thing. I've been doing drag since 2014. Jeff Garbage is up for promotion. He has been Employee of the Month, and Jeff Garbage is non-threatening and just loves to positively reinforce everybody around him.
Hello, my name is Androgynous. I'm a drag king here in so-called Vancouver, BC. I have been doing drag for just over 2 years now, and I recently won Vancouver's Next Drag Superstar 2024.
My name is Genesis. I am also a Vancouver drag performer, and I've been doing drag for just about 3.5 years. Before that, I was a theater kid for my whole life, and now I have combined my career as a makeup artist and a theater kid to be a drag performer. And I won Vancouver's Next Drag Superstar the year before Androgynous did. Beat him to it.
Yep.
Do you know what you two are doing today?
Kind of.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what we're doing today?
Yeah. Truth or bad drag?
Drag.
Allegedly.
Ooh, I like this. Fuck, marry, kill.
Me, Androgynous, Genesis.
Me, Genesis, Ponyboy, and Jeff Garbage.
I've known you a long time.
I know. I know. I'm not killing you. You don't get killed. I think you and I are gonna get married. Although I don't know how that's gonna work out. And I think I would probably fuck Genesis and then kill Andy. And sorry, Andy, it's not because I want to kill you, but because it was one of the options.
You can do
You
this.
know what? No, I'm not gonna answer this one. Bad drag.
That's really good.
Is it
okay,
nice?
Ken spent a little too much time in the sun.
Why/how are you still doing drag? How are you still doing drag? The audacity of this question.
I have been struggling to get into face for my entire 17-year career. Showing up on time, organizing a look, planning a rehearsal. It's like none of these things come easily to me. But yeah, Man Up has grown our staff team, and in that growth and in trying to kind of foster new emerging drag and producer talent and folks who wanted to learn and expand those skills, we sort of brought them into the fold to not just help but actually drive the engine of the show. And without that, I would absolutely either not be here still doing it or just be unhappily doing it. And so, yeah, that's how I'm able to keep going, is I have quite a lot of support because I'm old.
And busy.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of stuff.
Do you have any tips on how to win a drag competition?
Simple advice is literally just be yourself. Fully, unapologetically. Don't look at other people. Don't compare yourself to other people. Don't try to be other people. Just be smart, patient, and have fun. Having fun is the most important thing, and that's what the audience really connects with the most.
Yeah.
That's my advice to everyone all the time. Not even just competition. Just have fun. It's just drag.
Great, it's just drag.
It's just drag.
Name someone you think should stop doing drag in so-called Vancouver.
Okay. Bad drag.
You good.
Thank you.
How would you describe your gender identity in relation to drag?
Sorry. I'm pondering the constructs of gender.
Man, I feel like as someone who changed my name to Mark when I was like 4 years old and like, you know, got top surgery when I was like 36 or something like that. Like I had a very like loving, accepting family, and you just can't necessarily like estimate or predict like the layers that any given individual like has to like unpack, you know? Like I was not viciously oppressed for my like tomboyishness or queerness like growing up, and it took a very long time and like a decade of drag before I was even starting to entertain the notion of like, you know, they them pronouns. Literally you inspired me to do that. Like you were using they them pronouns before like anyone that I knew in a personal way, I think. Yeah.
Cool.
I definitely feel like through experimenting with gender presentation through drag, it has helped me figure out who I am out of drag a lot more. So like, I didn't know how it would feel putting on a mustache until I did it for the first time. And then once I did, I was like, maybe I've got some stuff to figure out, actually.
As a trans person, like moving through the world, like you cannot control how people will see you sometimes. Like there are some, like you can hold yourself in a certain way, you can dress in a certain way, you can like change your voice, whatever. But there's like sometimes, like especially early on in my transition, it would frustrate me so much, like the way that people would perceive me in ways that like I didn't want them to. But like sitting in front of a mirror for like 2 hours and like doing my makeup, like especially when I had the skills to like know how to do my makeup, not like today. And like, yeah, initially I think it was like this kind of like feminine masculinity that I always wanted to explore with my drag. And then the more my like medical transition and personal transition like happened in my personal life, the more comfortable I was wearing like dresses and wigs and stuff that I would like be so intimidated by and like scared of before.
I've always been very androgynous my whole life. People have always just projected and used whatever they thought like I would use for pronouns. And through drag, I actually figured out that I was like intersex. And I was so like, cool. Oh, wait a minute. Like, this is cool. Went to the doctor, figured it all out. I was like, this is wild. So something so simple as just like dressing up, playing, and being comfortable with who you are, like just so organically, it's beautiful.
I'm really moving to be sharing this with you in this current way. So I'll never forget it.
Me neither.
Who was the worst person to work with in a group challenge in VNDS?
Name a drag queen in Vancouver who you think is overrated.
Okay, hold on.
They're thinking about it.
Going.
Bad drag.
Oh.
Bad drag.
You know, it's not awful.
This is a hat by our beautiful Bonganisa in our drag scene here. Fuck, marry, kill. 3 people in this room.
Bad drag. Lady.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I love it. The more we just don't answer, the more we're just gonna be show ready for tonight.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, I've seen kings that look like this.
Anyways, next question.
Everybody
starts somewhere. Would you ever go on Drag Race?
God, if they let me, it's not like I get to choose that. Don't let them see this or they'll never let me on. No, I did audition for the first time recently, and I'll try again, but then there's another part of me that's like, dear God, do I want to spend that much money to maybe get eliminated on the first episode? I also, because there have never been a drag king on Drag Race, I don't know how the judges and the fandom and the other queens are going to react to that. And like, Drag Race fans are scary. I don't know if I want all that on my shoulders. Especially when, frankly, like, I'm already doing drag full time. Oh, you know what's wild? There, worldwide, within all the franchises, there are 200 queens on the US franchise and 600 worldwide that have now been on Drag Race, and not one king within that. And I think that's fucked up.
That's wild.
That's crazy to me.
Yep.
And also, beyond that, like 600 drag performers, and maybe like 5 or 6 of them have been people who are assigned female at birth, and that some people actually will actively fight online to be like, yes, that is the way it should be, and no one who is not a cis man or a trans woman should be in drag. Why are we lumping those categories together too? It's all whack. So it needs to happen. I would be so honored if it could be me, but then another part of me lays in bed at night and is like, no, don't. Scary, scary.
Try me.
Okay. Have you ever fucked in drag? How was it?
Yes and not great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I liked fine. It was fine. It was
Yeah.
fine, but I was nervous because it was in the back. Does that okay? You know this. I don't know if anyone else here know this. Do you remember in one of the many generations of the Cobalt green room, the eventual green room would become downstairs?
I never used that place as a green room, but I know what you're talking about. I've
Okay,
been there as the
yeah.
office.
There was just like a weird, like little around the corner, and it was, the things you do when you're young. I was just like, I was afraid that it was going to be a bad look if somebody can't, you know what I mean?
Hey, fair, yeah.
So I wasn't exactly in the moment. But yeah, I mean, glad to say that I did it, I guess. Yeah, rock and roll.
Bad drag.
Because we know who you're marrying.
Oh.
3 people in this room.
Oh. Fuck, marry, kill? People in this room?
Yeah.
Well, we're getting married. All right. Bad drag.
Aww.
Okay, name someone who you think should stop doing drag in so-called Vancouver.
Bad drag.
Oh!
What do you wish that people knew about drag kings?
I wish that general public just knew that we are the exact same. All drag, we all do the same things, even if, of course, there's like niche different categories and stuff, but like we all perform, we all lip sync, we all have costumes, we all have looks. Like there is no real difference.
Yeah. Knew that we exist.
Drag kings exist.
Bold.
Bold, I know.
A woman come up to me and say like, I didn't know women could do drag, which is a bold assumption to make, period, and a crazy way to start a conversation with somebody. I'm like, oh wow, everything you just said is so incorrect. Thank you.
And I'm like, oh yeah, everybody knows that. And then I'll like go into the real world and be like, you live like this? Drag kings are not new. Drag kings have existed for like, I think as long as drag queens have existed. Drag kings are extremely entertaining and talented and deserve more space in the world.
Area of the drag scene that we just haven't seen represented on TV. So a lot of people who their only exposure to drag has been on a show like Drag Race simply wouldn't know that kings exist because they aren't shown on there.
don't see 'em.
And I see so much creativity within the drag king scene. I think especially because so many kings have to really fight to make themselves seen and be validated. So they are pulling out all the stops.
And producers, like if you have a show, you have 4 guests. Why is one of them not a king?
Yeah.
Why are multiple not different variety of drag? Like,
Yeah.
there's so much range.
They can contribute so much to the growth of a drag scene in a community.
Yeah, totally.
You know?
Yes.
Which is, I think, what we've really seen in Vancouver, which is so cool. And
Yeah.
there's just so much like variety and diversity and
I want to see more of it. That's why we're here on YouTube right now.
More drag kings.
More drag
Every
kings.
kind of drag king.
yeah, these especially, number 1. These.
Thank you.
Final question. Do you know who's on the next episode?
Of this?
Yeah.
I No.
Oh my gosh, I don't. Who is it? I do actually. Do you want me to say yes or no?
3, 2, 1.
That's fun.
I feel like I need some of that like teeth blocker.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
I look simultaneously younger and older.
I feel like I've seen this character on like a Japanese game show. I know them.
I don't know what to say. I'm speechless.
Jerome Manifesto, everybody.
Yeah. See,
Yours gives me. This is a man. This is a man. This, I don't know what this is. Like, this guy, I feel like I can pick some songs for. This guy.
I think we should just go to the show like this tonight.
Yeah, we both have a gig tonight. This is the face. We're done. Thanks.
Yep, done.
Thank you so much for doing my makeup for me.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for whatever the fuck this was.
like, comment, share, subscribe. Long live Kings. SKIM. King size.
And then let's like...
Do you know who's on the next episode?
Oh my gosh, I do because it's my son. Yeah, I know I look really young to be a parent, but
Well,
I do.
Not right now.
No, oh no. No, it's my beautiful boy, my drag son. It's gonna be a good one.